Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Erudition Generations. Today's topic was introduced by
Me,
Elliot.
Elliot. And today we're going to talk about what I said last stream, world domination.
Yep. It's
Yes,
going to be a
sir.
really good day.
Yep, a really good day. So I was thinking, instead of talking about my plans first, we should talk about dictators. You know?
Which was? The ones from history or
the ones from history, of course, not video
Lord.
games. That'd be horrible.
Daddy, you want to go ahead and start off
start
Elliot's
first,
insane idea?
I really only anticipate that Elliot would speak on it. I didn't know what he had planned. As you know, as
I have
everyone
multiple
knows,
things planned, but
we
this
do
one-
not. We rotate taking turns introducing topics that we want to discuss with you all, and Elliot just so happened to pick world domination. So why? I have no idea.
Because I'm a man of my word.
Okay.
Sometimes it just pays to come up with better ideas, Elliot. But sure. Let's I guess we should talk about how would one take over the world.
Nah, bro, you avoiding the question. We talking about remember, Elliot said he wants to hear about the
tell me
about a
something.
freaking I forgot the name.
Dictator.
Yeah, dictator from history. Which one do you consider to be possibly the worst or best? Where's the line between them?
Should I do this or should you?
Let's see here.
If Teddy fails,
You have two major dictatorships right now. You have Putin and Kim Jong-un. And they both have total domination over a country. It's an autocracy. So what you need to understand is where Kim Jong-un is, there's a lot of rules and regulations going on where you're not able to really practice religion because to have any power over him would be a problem. Let's see. The other one would be Putin. Nobody really knows much about Russia, or at least I don't. I didn't really dabble too much into.
What do you mean, Teddy? There's a lot about Russia that you know. For instance, you know about, let's say, I don't know, a man who didn't like doctors.
Oh, Stalin.
As much as I want to laugh about that, the thing about it is that was a very horrible thing. And he got his just desserts when he ended up choking because of the fact that no doctors were around.
Anyway, moving on to my next idea, because y'all did horribly, but that's okay. Because
I didn't even say anything.
yeah, that's the point. See, I was thinking, originally I was gonna sit in Papu's share, for my step one plan of world domination.
And he
But,
failed.
I didn't fail. I didn't fail. My plan is still working. But look, as Teddy said, let's talk about how one would become a dictator. Go ahead, Teddy. You start.
And all.
Actually, no, Papa,
How
you
a
go
rise
ahead.
to power happens.
No, let Teddy go.
A rise to power happens with dictatorship because there's a power vacuum because nobody really likes being ruled over cruelly, so they get whacked. And that opens up a power vacuum and somebody goes in and fills that space.
Yes, I agree.
Stalin didn't have doctors because he purged them out and made him his. Yes, I think we should have we should have explained that because not a lot of people might have known that. That what Papa was alluding to was
Stalin decided to
Yes,
execute those doctors.
World domination.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why he chose world domination.
Is a great topic because soon y'all will all be working for me, but it's okay. I'll keep y'all protected and safe. But
I'm
Teddy,
very worried about that.
how would one become a dictator, Teddy? You start I'll let all y'all go before I share my genius plan with the world.
A power vacuum, because somebody, either the previous dictator had died or was killed.
Oh no, I'm
And
talking about
somebody
a
went-
society without a dictator, and now you have to plan to take over.
Yeah, I tell you, in other words, he just say he created a power vacuum, and now you have the chance.
Yeah, because even especially now, because like a democracy is going to up,
Oh,
even
They're
though
lagging.
right.
Yep. They trying to
Well,
yep,
See,
yeah.
this is what's gonna
Topics.
happen when I become a
Only
dictator.
Elliot would think of something as crazy as world domination.
we did do a rotation, and it was my turn last
Yeah.
time. So I'm guessing
Yeah.
we're going youngest to oldest.
No, we were going from oldest to youngest, but we had to skip Elliot the last time because we thought he was crazy. This was a tame topic.
Yes, I agree. But nah, bro, nah. I do agree
But
with
yeah, you have a power. You have either have a power vacuum if you're trying to overthrow form of government such as monarchy or democracy or another form of government. What you're going to encounter war. So still, again, you're gonna have a power vacuum because either they surrender and give up their power, or they get killed, and their power is opens up a vacuum, and then you fill it, and then you get total
Oh, yeah, please
domination
don't.
over whatever it is, because you kind of see that now, even though it wasn't supposed to be that way. That even with Trump, when President Trump got into office, he controlled a lot of things that surprised a lot of people, because really we were taught in our government course that the president started off as a very glorified clerk. He signed legislator. That was really it. Now he's more of the face of the government. So, and now your governors such as DeSantis, these people influence a lot of things, and when elections do matter, because we have a democracy. When you fail to vote or you do not take it seriously enough, you open up channels for whatever's going to happen that maybe the people didn't vote on, and now somebody goes in and forces all these ideals, but now he's within the government. So it's gonna go through, and there's nothing that you can really do until next election season. In dictatorship, you don't have elections, or they're legitimately rigged elections, because who's going to vote for someone against someone, I should say, who's going to either have you silenced one way or the other. So you have to consider these things. It's a lot to take place, because if you're trying to enforce dictatorship, it's not on a country that already has its own government. You're going to encounter war. And if it's just a power vacuum, well,
but tell you,
have an
you're
issue.
forgetting one thing. What if somebody comes up and says what the Catholic Church said during the crusade? What if they just show up, raise their hands to the sky and scream, God wills it, and then just take everything?
Yeah.
You're forgetting that point, because you forget. You have to have
Again,
a
it would
power
still
vacuum.
be conflict and war. There's not going to be anything that results.
Leave.
You are enforcing. You are trying to establish a norm that is not the previous norm. So then they go, okay, push back, and then either you dominate
You should
or
listen to your brother.
you die. Same thing happened in Rome. It was called a monarch because you had an emperor, but really a lot of conquering happened. A lot of death happened.
And you can't have a country without breaking a couple of bones. That's just the way the world works. You have to seize power, manipulate the old laws, make yourself top leader, push propaganda, use fear, and murder if needed. Pretty much.
Exactly. All these tactics just to get to prove a point that you need to be in office, and that if you try to push me out of office, there will be consequences.
Tell Dad he's on mute. He's off of mute.
That's where the fear comes in. You would know because Hitler tried to do the same thing. He pushed all that propaganda. He pushed a bunch of propaganda. He also used fear, because a lot of those people, what they don't tell you is that some of those people, if you were found talking against the Führer, you weren't heard from.
Okay. Papa,
Wait, I
you
never
go ahead
went-
next.
No, I'm gonna let Matthew go because Teddy went pretty freaking long. I was wondering where he was going with voting and everything. I'm like,
Okay.
He asked
being
that you're
voted in.
trying to take over, you're trying to push democracy on people that already established the government. That's what would happen. Just went into that.
I don't want to hear about murder, or I only want to hear about manipulation. And you can get your people's mind when you make them think that you're a good person, and then you betray them. Here's the thing: people think I'm kind because the way I act. That's a lie. Do not believe that. Now, here's the thing: if you decide to take advantages over people, you can actually, hold on. You can take over them. Because if, let's say, little John went across the street to go talk to his friend, and then, and since his friend Timmy, he trusted him so much, he didn't expect John to pull out. Oh wait, I forgot.
Yeah, I'm confused too.
Yeah, I'm Beth.
Yeah, but so you can take for little John to take out a bat, and then he's forced against his will.
Yeah. Basically, what he said was manipulation and fear.
I don't think Matthew would be a very good dictator.
Yeah, might cause a revolution on his first day.
No, if he even gets that far, he's definitely poisoned.
That was an example.
Probably do.
Ultimately, the Vox Populi. Yes, the popular opinion
That was an
of the
example.
people.
I would never.
Which now, that would be considered your media. So you have the media pushing your propaganda, and then guess what? You can cruise your way into office. Because think about it. What happened with the 2020 election between Biden and Trump? I haven't heard. I remember it was pushed as a joke that Trump would be running. Then it actually started happening, and then he made it into the primaries, and then we realized it's no longer a joke.
And now
Okay, Papa,
It's legitimate.
You go next.
But I do agree. Yeah.
I'm trying to
There
work
we go. Mom, absolutely right. First
I'm
the
trying to work-
Star Wars talk, and now here we are. You talk about at least his plans go pretty deep. Soon we'll see Elliot's, but first we're gonna talk about me, and that would be, and what I'm gonna talk about is because think about it like this. I do agree with Matthew and Teddy, and there was a quote when I was in school that you and Matthew may learn about soon. There was a person, and he said that you can either rule with love or fear. If you can't get love, you get fear. If you can't get fear, you go for love. But the reason you want to do that is because you got to have certain people on your side. You don't want a rebellion to start. And if it does, you want them to pretty much suffocate that flame. So in all honesty, if I ever tried to rule the world, the thing I would probably want to do is go ahead and manipulate enough people to believe I'm a good person into, in other words, I want to do what villains do. Talk about, hey, the world will be a better place when I'm here. I'm going to make everyone equal at all of this. And I'll make, in other words, talk up stuff that even if I don't plan on doing it, I can pretty much be like, I'm going to tell everybody that I'm going to make this world so much better. And then when I'm just like, all right, well, you're a means to an end. Just go ahead, stab that person in the back, which I find really bogus. Because when I think about it, the only henchmen that really got what they deserved in the end were the hyenas and freaking Lion King. When Scar was like, "All right, I'm gonna take over the Pride Lands," and they got to eat.
That's a good example of a dictatorship.
Yeah, they were
all
the
you have
only
to do
ones.
is sit in when either of you are long-winded. Yeah, we're getting better at that.
Okay, straight after Elliot, let's do
Thanks for
oldest to youngest.
Thanks for trying not to use violence in your manipulation example.
No, Matthew said violence. He mentioned violence in the end when he said he would pull out a bat and then force old Timmy to go ahead and go against his will to do whatever he wanted.
I never finished that, technically.
Yeah. Yeah,
you were
sure.
Because that was an example of what something I wanted.
Well, I wouldn't say we really have dictators in America. Yeah, well, not yet, anyways. But more like people who do a few things, run a few things in the shadow. Not too big though. Just a bit in the shadow.
But then again, isn't a dictatorship pretty much people who go like, "I'm going to go ahead and be with you for better or for worse for all eternity, practically." And just be like, "This is my person."
Hold
and
on, Papa.
No one
Hold
else.
that thought for a second, Papa.
Wait, let Teddy. Oh yeah, man, you and Teddy go on for a second. Hold
straight after Elliot tells his way, how he would take over the world or dictate. Hey, we should go oldest to youngest is how we would take over the world.
That's what.
Oh wait,
Sure, we can do that.
and I mean
that's what we just did. Wait,
Yo,
I didn't go over how I would take over the world, and I would.
Oh yeah, you do that, Teddy.
Because one, there's more merit in you not knowing. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not going to tell you the plan. It'll just up and happen. That's one of the tactics. There's more merit in me not telling you the example because you might not fall for the propaganda. I want everybody to fall in line to that. That is how that's one of the tactics that you use to enforce totalitarianism.
Why would a young innocent boy like me try taking over the world? No reason. Unless I'm bored. I do anything if I'm bored. Anything.
Now hold on a second.
Now let me.
No, Matthew, go ahead.
Go ahead, Matthew.
Okay. Hey, the first way I would actually take over the world is I would get supplies from China. And if you didn't notice this, most of our supplies have been given by us from China or guns from the U.S.
Yeah, but man, then you would be giving them the high ground. Because what if they just don't make stuff for you? Then what are you going to do?
Well, that's
You don't
what
let
matter.
I
them
do get what he's saying. You do need allies.
You don't let them know.
Yeah, but he said take over, not ally.
Exactly. Elliot said world domination. You mean to tell me you're trying to ally yourself with somebody?
Hold on.
It's not world domination.
Well, it depends on the type that you're trying to
y'all
get.
complete.
You can be.
It's the topic.
Y'all cut off to Elliot.
Oh wait, I said after Elliot. You insisted. And then I say it.
Insist. You go ahead, man. Keep finishing.
Okay. So, after I got the tools from China, we'll become our allies. And then, soon as it's all over, I will take their same weapons and pull it against them. How will I do this? I'll get the whole world to strike war against them. And guess what? They won't be able to do anything about it. What
you run into the same thing again. You run into collaboration. You go for world domination to go ahead and be like, okay, everybody, destroy this person.
But everybody is still under my will. And then I have 44.
Why would you need to destroy?
And then I have 44 or more nukes made from China to explode
Yeah, I don't
So
think
your
you're going
goal
for.
isn't world domination; it's world
Yeah.
ending. You want
Yeah, you're going for
everybody to go.
extinction level threat. That's not world
Yeah.
domination. That's
now,
just
Let's
apocalypse.
go on to my genius world domination plan. See, because I've thought about this many nights, many days, basically every day of every hour. So my plan starts off simple. First, you force people to believe that you don't know about world domination at all, like I'm doing right now. But that's just an example. Don't worry about that at all. Then you make a cartoon show. You sneak secret messages into the cartoon, and then you give it to kids, right?
Mhm.
Then once the kids come to the parents about the subliminal messaging, then you strike your first plan. But by then, I'm already in the ranks, right?
This is going.
And
This is going so bad.
And then I work my way up, and after a few years, I should become president, right? Right,
Yeah.
Papo? Yeah.
You're
And
not
then
taking the Hitler approach to power, right?
No.
Slowly working your way up the ranks and then just being like, all right, now I'm here.
I have no reason to do that. See, I believe it. I'll get to that. Look, so then, as soon as I'm president, I get soldiers, right? And I'm like, see, a lot of bad stuff is happening in America, and I think we should all be friends.
Take away
And I
their
mean close
guns.
friends. I mean best friends. And then when I get them on the same side as me, via torture or whatever it takes, then we approach the
just
whole
whatever
world.
it takes.
And then here's what we do. I train 10,000 children to be soldiers, and they will go out, and I'll spread like 50 of them in each country, and they'll be highly trained. And then they'll be like, I don't want to kill no kid. And then they're going to die, right? And I'm going to have them dressed up as like random civilians, right? So they won't be able to know. And I'll say, if you want the bloodshed to stop, join me and it'll stop. Because I'll present myself as like, I don't know what's going on. And I'll be like, if you want to be safe, join my military. We have a bunch of people over here, and we'll keep you safe. And then once I get everybody on the same page, I get some people to build a few nukes, right? But not real nukes, because that'd be bad. And then you have them build places underground. So if I really wanted to, I could destroy the whole world. But it's just a fake out, right? And then I get a secret base underground, right? And I get scientists to work on cloning me, so I can live for multiple centuries at a time, right? And then then I begin my shrew plan. Now that everybody's under my control, I finally come clean and say, I'll of course have to blame some state. So I'll blame like some random state, some random country or something that's like rebelling against everybody, trying to kill a bunch of people. Then I'll tell them to join me. Then they'll join me. Then I'll put some nukes like under every state. Then I'll just have everybody under the tip of my thumb, right? And
you
then
realize a state is a small
no,
place.
No, let me get to that. Right? In every little state, right? So now, if you want to leave,
very detailed.
If you want to leave,
Oh God.
you have to pay the price, and that price is a bunch of lives, and lives that are not going to be willing to pay. So then I'm going to create a voting system, but it's going to be rigged because 1 million people are going to die if you don't vote for me. So then, now that I have everybody and my children soldiers, I'm going to rule the world, basically.
But
and then I'm going to work on making peace and love across. And then after years, going to act like poison me, right? Keep those together like glue, right? No, hear me out. I would keep everybody close together.
I think this is how one world.
One day I will come back and I'll just start killing everybody, right? So then I'll pretend, I'll fake my death and all that, but I'll still be running things in the shadow. So even though they think they're free, they're not free, and I'm still controlling them. So basically, I win. I win everything. The world. I win everything.
In
But
other
what if
words,
I-
your plan is to put fake bombs in every country
Oh
and
no,
every state.
no. The fake bombs are backed up by real bombs. So if they figure out the nukes are fake, well,
So what? You gonna go ahead and be like, oh,
Well,
here's some
yeah, what-
fake bombs
Yeah.
next to the
Well,
real.
Elliot, what
yeah,
will
because
happen if I
obviously
use
there's going to be
44
people that
and
want to
5
deactivate the nukes. So you got to have a backup plan for a backup plan.
I think the greatest thing that happened today was that we got it on camera, so that if it ever manifests, it was premeditated. And
Oh
that
no, it doesn't
somebody-
matter if it's
somebody
premeditated.
could
'Cause
arrest
I'm going to
you
make that law
because
non-existent.
That was that's way too dangerous.
Oh
to
yeah,
be,
now you can't create a TV show.
that was so.
I
But
didn't
I
think
mean-
about that, but don't worry, because I'll preach the gospel, and I did say that I basically wouldn't be controlling them, but I'd still be controlling them. So if they want to
Oh
split
yeah,
off,
you would force
they can split
resolution.
off, but
Force
they'll just
resolution.
have a bunch of people dead,
You
and
know,
then you'll have to eventually come back because I have every supply for everything.
I'm gonna have a talk with Elliot. His plan is too well thought out. However, he is using propaganda, subliminals, fear, and so yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too detailed. That's the problem.
But here's the thing: what if I use 44 nukes on you? Then you can't do anything.
I mean,
No,
where'd
how
you get
about
the
we-
materials for the nuke if I own everything?
the better question is, you said that your children's soldiers wouldn't be building the real nukes. Where did you get the
Oh,
real
yeah,
nukes?
the soldiers are going to build the nukes, not children.
So you mean to tell me there'll be a
Yeah.
special
What would-
division
what
that
would
builds
happen
real
to-
nukes?
Wait,
Oh no,
what
I
would
didn't say
happen
nuke.
to us?
I mean,
How
like,
do
like one
how
of
does
those
your
chemical
family
bombs, you know what I'm saying?
factor into your
No, not like that. I mean, like,
Elliot,
huh?
How
what will
do-
happen to us?
how would that
Oh, what
all
will happen to us? We'll be fine. We'll be living life.
I would be
Oh, yeah.
assassinated day
No,
one.
because hear me out.
exactly that because the thing is, Elliot, you don't understand. People that can't get to you, they kill others.
I mean, how they gonna get to you if they can't find you?
This is how
Oh, we're
rebellions
just
start
gonna
and
be
how a special
hostage.
division of people
We're just gonna
go
be
and
kept
get to the
hostage
family
somewhere.
of the freaking emperor.
I mean, if they do get to you, don't worry. I'll clone you just like I'll clone myself. So it doesn't
But the
matter
real-
in the end.
The
So
real you
I'm
is
not
still
gonna be
here.
alive. I'll be so. There'll be another me
No.
alive.
Here's the thing, because if I clone you, there'll be a clone family running.
And you know
around.
what's gonna happen? That clone family's gonna go for with the rebellion, and then they gonna sit there and be like,
Yeah,
"We're here to take
But
you
that's
down."
when I take in, because
It's-
I'm gonna kill the
Wait.
clone me, right?
it's a little too
And then I'm
detailed.
gonna be in the rebellion. So now I own the rebellion and everything.
Elliot, you already rule one world. If we're
Yeah, why
They're
not
putting
rule
in-
both? Because obviously people are gonna
Wait.
rebel. So
I
why
feel
don't
like
get in the rebellion? That's what I. Yep. Teddy,
I
you're
learned-
gonna be in the rebellion. You're gonna be like, I work close to Elliot, so I'm a high.
You realize rebellions often mean killing your soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But now,
And
if Teddy's
also,
in, we can
when
have
you're
him
talking
doing my
about-
dirty work from the inside.
when you're talking about
Then
rebels,
once he
right?
finds the base, he
Rebels
places a
don't
bunch
expect-
of C4 and
rebels,
Man,
don't
rebel.
Elliot,
Hmm.
rebels don't expect to live. You force them into a do or die situation. So then they go, oh, so you were working for the emperor. Now they
Uh-huh.
kill me because, or hold me for ransom because
mean,
you're here. It's a bunch of problems.
No, there wasn't really a problem. Because here's what I'll do. I'll hide y'all away for like 20 years. Or
Again, where
yeah, you know, I don't
where-
care about your freedom. I care about you living, not your freedom.
Well,
Uh,
this is
Well,
definitely villain dictator 101.
No, look,
kept
and my
captain
plan will work
somewhere.
perfectly. Because soon they're not even going to realize that they're under my control. Because the old generation will die, and then a new one will sprout. And then it's going to be like, oh,
Under
this has just been
oppression
our
and
life
be
forever.
just as
And then
angry.
I'll rewrite history slowly, and I'll have teachers teach it. So now they'll be speaking a whole new language, not even English. I'm going to call it the Elliot alphabet. It's going to be E. But every E is going to be a different pitch. So you can say something like E. So the people know what you're saying, but they don't know what we're saying
At
because
this-
they'll know a whole nother language.
At this point, my clone ain't even gonna have to be in the rebellion. I'm gonna be right
Oh,
there.
wait.
front row.
Uh-oh,
Elliot would be cool to do all this in an AI platform that does this without actually harming it. Yeah, what you need is a Star Trek simulation room because
We want to give him the possibility of learning that
no,
there is a
we
mistake in
can
his
keep
plan.
his crazy self
Oh, no,
trapped
there's
in that
mistakes in
room,
my
and he
plan.
can play
That's
this
all.
all out forever for the
See,
next 20
I
years.
think y'all all forgot step one of my greatest world domination plan. Make people think you don't know how to world domination.
Get downloaded new. Yeah, please. We're gonna need to do something about you because what you're either talking about the Matrix. You're gonna start storing people away in batteries, living synthetic
Oh
lives.
yeah, I guess I could do
Hey,
that.
you
too.
just said what was gonna happen to us. What's gonna happen to your people when you rule over them, bro? What's gonna happen to those people?
Okay,
So,
Papa, hold
here's
that
the
thought
thing.
for a
Years
second.
prior,
This
I'm
is
gonna
what
strain
happens
my
when
voice-
kids'
I'm going to
cartoons
strain myself.
are
I'm
peaky in
going
the
to strain
brain.
myself
Little
to
Einstein,
survive
Bob
poison.
Yoda, and Dork.
So then
No,
when I fake
I can
my
assure
death,
you
I
that's
can
not
eat.
what this is.
If
Because
that
I
was the
grew-
case, I would have to. do
I
so.
grew up with these. Papa grew up with these, and none of us are that crazy. This is what happens when you don't learn compassion from those shows, and you
I
grow up
learned
with
compassion.
video games.
And I learned how easily it could be manipulated.
No.
Other
This
shows
is what
that don't
happens
really
when
keep
you
a story, and then they go, "I can tell it," because really, what happened in Elliot's mind is that he said, "I can tell a better story than ever been written," and unfortunately, it's going to end in doom and death.
This is what
I
happens.
mean,
This is
Hey,
what happens.
so
when
yeah,
your
that's the
child
point.
finds his
If
way
you
onto
don't
the
want to
adult
live
sex.
under my control, you can just die. Like I already have the bombs under like
No.
half your states, so half your people
No.
gonna die, and then who's gonna create your crap? And then you'll
Elliot,
all
hold
die
that thought
because
for a
nobody
second.
knows how to do anything. Have y'all ever heard of that theory?
He
If
puts his
everybody
will
on
over the
Earth
will
died
of other
except
people.
2 people, and
Elliot,
those 2
hold that
people
thought
don't know
for-
how to do anything, our population is done for.
Okay,
I
I propose a thought.
This was
for
a
you.
bad topic.
pretty
It was
much
a great topic.
No, this was the worst
Let's
thing we
create
could have ever
scenario-
encouraged.
Hold on.
No,
let's create.
let's not get
scenarios.
into scenarios. You know what?
No,
Let's spend
let
the
Matthew
Young-
create some
Yeah,
scenarios.
let Matthew create a scenario.
Well,
And then we'll
youngest
all go
to
in a
oldest-
scenario and say how we think our world domination will end.
Youngest
Bang,
to
go
oldest.
ahead.
Okay. Now, let's say AI somehow take over China. I will get some of
What
the
do
shop.
you got to get China?
The
Yeah,
better question is how you took over.
China is better. I wouldn't say this usually, but China makes more technology for
I mean, yeah,
America
that
than
is true,
we
so.
do ourselves.
Exactly. So how did you take over such a technologically evolved place like China?
yeah.
So-
How did they let you in?
Simple missile threats. Missile threats.
I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be it either. You're over a whole.
No.
sea. You know-
Matthew could
You know
take
what will
over
happen
North
if you
Korea
cross over
first.
to the east? I can tell you what'll
How?
happen.
No, because look,
Oh,
North
that
Korea isn't
crazy-
as evolved.
gonna say
as China
exactly
because they
Crazy
don't
is flying over the
associate with
country.
it.
But that would be
We need to
saying
blow
that
him
you-
out of the
No,
air.
Chris, they don't. I mean, Pablo, they don't even.
I see.
They don't even
That's
have-
what happened.
No. They
The
don't even
words
have enough
and
power
plans Elliot
to power
Phillips
half their
are
buildings.
fictional
They're running
and not
low on
plans
cash.
and thoughts of the Erudition Network. Yes, it is all just a fictional scenario.
Yes.
Nobody.
Yeah, all
Yes,
my plans
yes.
are fictional.
Yeah. Right, Elliot?
Fictional.
He needs
Purely
to be
fictional.
watched.
Okay. So let me
But
continue.
Matthew, go ahead.
If I can't take China directly, I'll take America and Canada. Not only does America have
No
the
one
gun
wants to
power
make this
to actually do it, and we can actually do that because they have won some wars. I ain't saying they have won all of them. Do not try hunting me down, Canada. Well, anyway.
Matthew, I got
The
one,
allies.
one critique for with what you just said. How, and I do mean this.
Yeah, you didn't
honestly,
explain it.
how
exactly
did you take over America and Canada?
Wait, yeah,
Both.
if they're in this.
a place with so many guns and people who desire free will and consider themselves patriots, and somehow you took over them, and then you went to Canada, one of the places that have been in freaking several wars,
Get
and
ready
had
for a
enough
long
troops to help
explanation.
win.
So you went to
No, thank
Canada,
you.
and
This-
then you thought America
this is
wouldn't
what happens
notice
when
that you
children grow up
took
worrying
over.
about war and all the wars is going on. They think I could put it into wars with one great war, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Given the
that doesn't help anything. That's how we had the Great War.
I mean,
also
you
known
can't
as
have
World War.
wars if you don't know a war is already going on. Because
Okay, Papa.
I'm the war, and
Papa, to
you
save the
just don't know it
explanation,
yet.
riot. Okay. So
You know what? Let's
Go
get
ahead.
into the next 35 minutes of this.
Oh yeah, because man, you keep
Let's
going
get
on about how
into
you you're
how
gonna take over these
dictatorship
places,
may be in America already, because as you may know, the reason that
Elliot's dictatorship's already starting. He's cutting off at the Elliot.
I'm cutting
he
off
caught
their
it
power,
on
cutting
Teddy
off their
and
internet.
Matthew.
what
all right.
Oh,
do we
can't
have
hear y'all
dictatorship in
America?
America? To an extent, you kind of do.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, not
Is
really,
what
but
you allow
kinda do.
is what you allow to hold total control over you. If you fall for the propaganda and you allow whatever said person says to dictate your actions and responsibilities, well, you are now in a dictatorship. That's why if these scenarios are again completely fictional, and we thought about them off the top of our head just for fun.
Please do not hunt us down. America, Canada, China, and
I'm
many
pretty
other
sure they
states.
get it. And
Yeah, I
have-
don't think they really care about you.
and
Yeah,
have
if
one
anything,
worry
they're
about
looking at you. They're like your children.
Yeah.
It all begins until you're really showing up under a false
Alexander the
name.
Great ruled the known world by 32. So no, well,
Yeah.
that
I
is-
mean, yeah, you could also look at you could also look at what was it? Not the Holy Roman Empire.
well,
It was
let's just think about it like this: you can have aspirations, but they don't meet reality because y'all's aren't very
I
sad.
mean,
If
see,
we could go
mine
into
don't really meet reality because I don't have the funds to do it. But you know,
exactly,
you can always cut corners.
it's not
What they
a
say.
full detailed plan of us telling you for an
Oh,
hour.
I have a full detailed
and
plan
giving you
to
an
I'll show you
idea
it
of,
later.
hey man, here's how you can take over the world, and then people go back and be like, you know, 4 boys once said,
I don't want to.
nah, they ain't gonna be that smart.
I don't want to
catch
Study
me on
is
that.
7 pages long, and
But what I will
goes
say
through each year respectively, and I'll show you
is
it
that
later.
yes, the leaders that you have in your life, such as let's look at the church for example,
Mhm.
preachers, yeah, they could be a
Ah,
dictator as
dang.
well.
Teddy, you're
In
right.
fact, that's kind of how you would, if
No.
to be real about it, that's probably how I would start out. If I was to be really honest, you control the religion. It's like a chessboard. If the moment you infiltrate the pawns and you say, "Man, I want to Yao," well, then you're in the kingdom.
Yeah, but
Then you
controlling
just slowly work
the
your way up
religion
to
is
the top.
kind of a low blow, to be honest.
Not only that, but it's incredibly
People are
hard.
right.
Because think about it like this.
Yeah, because the people that do see through your plan,
Yeah, you then have to brand them as heretics, and when
Silence
people
them.
start asking too many
Exactly.
questions,
But
you got
the
to
thing is that you stay within the religion, or even if you're just posing, and then you work your way into the top where all these other people are. Same thing that they do when you vote for politicians. They run under, I'm gonna do this for you. Look at what they did with Roe versus Wade. There was 3 judges on the board that said we will not allow women's rights to be infringed. 5 years later, that's exactly what they did. And they're appointed for life. If you're a dictatorship, guess what you're doing? Life as a dictator, and leaving it to your kin maybe. And hopefully your kin don't try and kill each other because they seeking power, because if you
Oh, you
have
won't get any
established
power. Because as I said, I'm gonna clone myself.
Hold
You know?
on, I have
that is a whole nother
Or
scary
even better, the
opposition of
technology is
itself.
evolved enough. I put my brain into a robot and then I become cyborg.
hold on. I have an idea for
Oh wait,
some
Matt,
of the
before you go on, we was all supposed to take a second and describe how we think our world domination would end. And Matthew didn't really get there because
I'm pretty sure we already discussed how each one of them would end.
Let me actually say this. Okay, and mauled to death by an animal. Here's how. I would be out in the nature, enjoying my life, strolling on a car, and then
Elliot died.
a lion half robot is
That
going
was
to come.
unpredictable real quick, Matthew. I mean,
No,
And if I-
honestly, it's unpredictable, but it's reasonable because Matthew's right. You might die to an animal attack.
yeah,
And
his
if I don't
dictatorship
die
would
by
end.
that, and if I don't die by that, I will die by drowning or a shark.
So
What?
Rasputin. Okay.
Wait, what are you doing as a dictator? Are you taking swims?
Did this kid just say he had several pages planned for world? Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Why?
Elliot, you're
And I
giving
would
away
have-
all your information.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's a part of
Yeah,
my
Matthew.
plan, Papa.
I would have it too.
Exactly why was this a thing that came to mind to you? An animal?
You out? Oh, peaceful day as a dictator. Let me go swim with the sharks.
No, I would be on a yacht enjoying the
Oh.
ocean or diving in the ocean.
Matthew,
And
you
if
one
I
of
don't
those
die by
old
that,
school villains.
assassination.
You got a pit full of hungry
But-
sharks. I don't know what that's about.
But Elliot, before that,
Sometimes when people have an overwhelming fear, they come up with
No.
a plan or hope
before that would
to get over it.
I don't have a fear. Or maybe
No,
I do.
y'all clearly have some fears, and y'all just manifested it for everyone to
Okay,
see.
so I'll start first with that. I have one fear, and I said this on the last
We
show.
were supposed
A
to do
hybrid-
that next on how
hybrid-
you think this world domination would
A
end.
hybrid of a cheetah, a silverback gorilla, and then something that can breathe underwater and breathe
Okay.
on land.
Okay, Teddy, just tell us how you think your world domination would end.
Like I said, if I would ever had means of conquering the world, I can assure you it would not end. And if it did, it would come because of internal corruption.
Or old age, because you're old. Old man.
No, that's why you set things in motion so that even after you're gone, it doesn't.
That's what I'm
However,
talking
if you
Yeah.
do live and you decide, man, I'm getting old, I won't be here, and things are going downhill, and people are becoming self-aware, and then you go crazy and you think, well, shoot,
I am crazy.
I'm gonna just start a war real quick. You need to, which in all honesty might be happening in Russia right now. You don't know, because
Not yet, anyways.
a lot of people that have dictatorships to avoid facing conflict with themselves, people turning on them and killing them, they stay very exclusive. You don't really hear much about them until they want you to.
Okay, Pablo, you go
Good
now.
topic. But know that dictators meet horrible ends.
Uh-huh.
Hitler killed himself and was burned. Mussolini was caught, shot, hung up for weeks while folks cut pieces off of his butt. Yeah, things like this happen. Stalin choked
Well,
with
not for
nobody
me.
to help him.
I don't think we can mention Hitler.
Yes,
I'm
we
pretty
can.
sure
bro.
because
Okay,
Because of-
Pablo, you go next. How do you think your world
Well,
domination would end?
The thing about it is, I wouldn't go out like you suckers. I would make sure that I would go out in a blaze of glory. What would happen is, I would go ahead, have a
Okay.
dead man trigger connected to me. I won't tell you for what, and I won't tell you why. What I'll do is, I'll rule over my land with peace and love for several generations. And when somebody finally goes and decides we no longer want to live in your world, and now we're going to make a demonstration out of you,
You just explode? What the heck?
no. I'm going to laugh.
Oh,
I'm going to tell everybody, can I at least be it? Can I at least have holograms show what's happening over the entire world? And then I'll go ahead and have
then I go
holograms
yonder.
show what the trial of me, all until the execution. And right when the execution is about to start, I'll start laughing and I'll tell everybody, look up when I'm gone. And soon as that happens, people are going to be like, why would he say look up? And there'll be an asteroid coming down. That I have
an asteroid.
I have worked. You don't understand.
Now, Papa, if I
Several
wasn't
years
that
of peace
familiar-
would have made it so that I have enough technology to make a freaking asteroid.
I like
An
Papa's
asteroid
idea.
back.
Except it wouldn't be asteroids.
Now,
It would be
Papa.
a bunch of nukes. So once they look up, I'm gonna say something. Look up, so you can see me ascend. They look up, they see several nukes, and they know it's over. But
At least I ain't pulling in the sun. If I was
Me
doing
personally,
that, that's a world.
what you even
I
pull
would've
in the
just-
sun?
I started beating them up, and
All
then
right.
I would have put
So
them.
here's how I think mine would end. Obviously, all dictators that we know of haven't been successful, or else we wouldn't probably be here. But I think mine would end differently. See, if I do go, it's gonna happen just like this. My soldiers are gonna turn against me because they realize they aren't really getting paid for any of this, and I'm just straight up kind of evil. So once they realize that, it's kind of over for me. So I'm gonna take my manipulated wives that I have 10 of, right?
What?
And they're my super soldiers, and they're gonna start fighting for me, right? As I make my getaway on my parachute to the moon, right? So once I get to the moon, unlike Papo's idea, I don't take the sun. I blow up the moon. So now we all die. So I want to make sure, even after the nukes, there's no life. If you don't want me to be your dictator, you just can't live. There's no reality no more.
Why blow up the moon? Attach a good old pirate ship freaking wheel to it and sail it into the earth.
And I'm gonna make sure years prior, I'm gonna put a bunch of speakers around everywhere, and all they're gonna hear is the sun is a deadly laser. Seek shelter immediately.
Now
And then they're gonna look, and it's not even the sun. There's a face on the moon, and it's gonna be my face.
So we go do a Boris mask.
There's one
And all
thing
this
to
other
have a Mount Rushmore. It's one thing to have a moon of Elliot. You should make a movie.
Oh yeah.
No, you
To
really
anyone-
should.
To
Oh, yeah, I
anyone
forgot
who
you
might be
might.
watching this
Oh.
from the entertainment industry, please tell better movie stories.
Or
We could have
hire me.
avoided all of this if they weren't sitting here having to entertain themselves all day. How long did you say that you were planning this idea of
2 days.
world domination? You said you've been thinking about this for nights on end and whatnot. Yeah. If
Don't worry
you had
about
entertainment-
how long. It
If
was.
you had entertainment like it was
And
when
a
me and
budget.
Papa were around, or Mom and Dad, maybe.
Uh,
You
hold
wouldn't
on.
be so
People
bored.
understand that we
about-
joke.
Teddy, you realize that when me and you were children, we pretty much did the same thing. We were not children like we're here and we're just normal, ordinary children. You had the concept of babies don't walk.
Yeah, but
What's
people
that?
understand that we were joking before we go back on, and they're like, "What?
Yeah,
was
true.
that?"
Hey, everybody watch it. This is just a joke.
Uh-huh.
We're not about to rule over the world.
Yep,
Yeah,
And then upon being
an hour later, or even right now, the SWAT team gonna bust down our door.
exactly. I don't need people believing that I'm honestly going to crash asteroids into the earth right now because I plan no such thing and I deny anything until my giant magnet that attracts asteroids is created.
You know,
Oh god.
it wasn't. Back then, I didn't really know because babies, they kept crawling in the movies and on the shows.
Let me
Babies
guess, you
can't
also
walk.
you also
Break
believe that cats
legs.
drink only milk, Teddy.
Yeah, it was. This is a very good creative session. I wonder how. Write down in the comments. How would you?
Yeah, how would you take over the world? Let me know so I can
How would
improvise my plan.
Where did Brain go wrong in Pinky and the Brain? Basically.
Oh no,
How would
Pinky and the Brain. His ideas were okay, but here's the thing: he had a friend. You don't need any friends. What you need is yourself, you again, and you again. You one more time, you one more time again, and if you have schizophrenia, just one more you, and then you're good. That's all you need.
You forget it, Elliot. You forget the most important part. You also need the evil
wrong
you to go ahead and balance out all the others.
Get yourself a split personality that knows how to take down you if you go too far.
Oh Lord! And now, Teddy, you know where Pinky and the Brain went wrong? Pinky and the Brain went wrong when the titles started talking about their light night long escapade. Because that just means, hey, it's going to end after the freaking night's over. So as soon as they said that in the title song, you knew that they were never going to succeed.
But here's the thing. It all went wrong.
Probably take
it all went wrong
before the night is done. Their will be unfurled.
Locked away for like 20.
Before the dawning of the sun, they would take over the world.
Or
unfortunately,
even before that,
I guess you want to be able to take it over.
All of our deaths and burn our house, and then we go in under new names, and then we live somewhere unregistered to the government, and we live there for a bit. So then I can start my plan of world domination under a new name.
Can somebody create me a help me sign?
We're going to consider taking your video games away. Since you're able to be more entertaining than cable TV. Yes, you entertained us all with this fascinating world domination topic. Why you chose such a topic, I have no idea.
I thought it was a great topic.
No, I believe it was a wonderful topic. I'm afraid to go ahead and say it possibly wasn't, because seeing how your idea of becoming a world dominator was, a dictator would be to burn down the house, fake our deaths.
He said it right.
If you want
he's going to become a world dominator, that's who is taking over the moon. Carving your face.
He never said to take over the moon.
Victor tried from Gru, so
he tried to steal the moon. Your idea was to crash the moon into the earth.
After carving your face in it.
Yeah,
like a Mount Rushmore sign. So you can constantly be looking over.
My face would be in the moon, so I could watch everybody sleep at night, and everybody would be scared of me.
I have something to real quick say. Hey, if you have not already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, or if you're on Facebook, please follow us.
Yeah, and don't take this seriously.
And make sure
joking.
You share the video. And
I doubt
a very light-hearted episode.
You could describe it that way, Teddy.
And don't tell Canada, America, or China.
I think the moral of today's lesson was, if you want world peace,
you gotta take it.
Hey, look, let's just be happy about.
Y'all need Jesus.
Nah, but look. Let's all just be happy that one thing happened. What? You go end your sentence like that? No, continue. Everybody needs Jesus. You got something else to say? Yeah, sure. That look, but nah, I'm happy that because I'm somewhat happy that none of our ideas pretty much went into religious crusades.
Oh yeah,
creating mutant animals.
Well, no, Matthews definitely.
Matthews was about creating mutant animals. Why
Matthew was talking about how he's going to die by sharks, mauled to death by animals.
Nah, he said his greatest fear. He didn't say that he was going to create a mutant animal and then release it upon the world.
I will.
You don't have any idea what
I will create those animals, and then I will force human brains inside of them, and they will be super soldiers.
I'm sorry.
And then we'll take over the world and stop Elliot.
Again, stop giving them ideas.
Wait, hold on. One more idea. Anybody come up with that world destroyer?
When will I can't say that
a
for
job-
legal reasons.
No,
Straight.
no.
Are destroy.
Exactly. You need that. You need that freaking laser that you show off in a demonstration. You tell everybody, look towards the sky. Use your freaking telescopes and look at the moon over there.
It's gonna be at the end of my.
Thank you. I don't want to see a Death Star in the sky.
They're gonna find me in the basement of my mansion with the railgun pointed straight down, and I'm gonna say, "I told you, if I can't have this world, nobody can." And then the Earth core explodes.
Elliot has already taken over the world.
Yeah,
thanks.
I think they do need
Write a story
to tell
for
a story.
Yeah, we should do that. Write a story and then tell it tomorrow. I mean, the next time we do the stream.
No, because then we know what's gonna happen. Someone's gonna write poetry one day, and then poetry will be forever.
Oh no, we ain't doing.
And then we gonna have to do
write
the
a
snapping
short.
finger.
Everybody should write a short story for tomorrow's
wait, can I
stream.
What can I use? Can
Yeah,
I
maybe not, maybe not.
The thing is that y'all went way over dictatorship. Y'all went into y'all did say
I tried to stay on topic. Y'all kind of
his idea today was world domination. He went into world domination.
Yeah.
See, I already got Pablo agreeing with me.
You see,
You're overruled, Teddy.
I mistook it for dictatorship. World domination. When you're talking about carving your face,
I said world domination
so that you can watch
for the past few weeks.
So
I
that
don't know
the
how
whole
you
world
got
is reminded of you. That's narcissism. So a whole.
I mean, it's not narcissism if I'm doing it for the greater good. See,
now
there's a lot
how
of
is
murders
carving
in
your
our
face
society
into the
today.
moon a
So
greater
why don't
good?
I fix it by being the murderer? So if
Now,
I'm the world's number one enemy, there can't be any other enemy.
Your idea of solving murders is to make children murderers.
Yeah, children murderers. They do my bidding, and then in 50 years, peace. I mean, there's a bunch of bad people out here anyway, so you can just get rid of them that way.
It's horrible.
So don't kill innocent people. Kill the people that aren't so good.
Yeah, but Timmy shows up and says, "You didn't eat that broccoli off your plate." Pow!
No, not like that. Oh God!
What? That's an evil deed.
Oh Lord!
You littered in the park.
And then after I manipulate history, so it looks like it looks like I have been throughout all of history and I'm immortal. I'll preach I'll preach the word of God and I'll be like, look at how much he's blessed me.
Hold on. So what you gonna do with all the bad dictators? You gonna be like, this was my enemy. I defeated him.
Yep. And then I'll be saving people and saving people.
They gonna accidentally form a religion off of you. That's pretty much what you say.
That's why I'm gonna preach the word of God, so they can't confuse me.
Yeah,
what
I'm going to need y'all to use
an hour.
Closing
well, not
statement.
yet. It's 58 minutes and 18.
Yeah, we still got.
Close up this session, and please.
Stephen King writes about this stuff all the time. Yeah,
I think we did a good job keeping the stream interesting today. Actually, I think I did a good job.
I think y'all did a very good job traumatizing our audience today. Please use.
I don't think they're traumatized.
Say some closing statements so that
closing statements.
I
am joking. Please don't take me seriously.
Matthew?
Yes, it is a running gag everywhere you go. Don't take Elliot seriously. He can't be serious to save his life.
Please, China, do not take me away.
That's
I have a loving family.
Yeah, I don't know what would.
Tell you anything you want to say before I go?
No, you go first.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this. This is all a joke, and if you don't believe me, look up to the sky.
What's with you and meteors and asteroids? What's wrong with you?
They can be as big as I want, and they're
you think they wouldn't notice before that? They see a giant ball of flame hurtling towards them.
That's what the dead man trigger's for, bro. it'll have several magnets that pull it at light speed.
So it's
Yeah.
good.
For me, what I'm going to say is it's been great doing the show with you all today. Please pick a better topic.
I mean,
tomorrow.
I think my topic was great.
Uh,
but let me
to
know
the peop-
below in the
To the
comments.
people in the
Let
chat,
me know if I was right.
please suggest a topic that you would like to be interested in, or you may be subject to this again. So,
Yeah, maybe. You're
because
interested in
Elliot
this, and you
and
would
his
like to
infinite
hear
creativity knows no bounds.
more. Don't worry,
So-
I'll write a book 5 years from now. I got y'all.
Don't get us.
Wait, what's
Don't.
that?
Sean Anthony, please
Papa already
sound
did
off
his
that
closing
jazz
statement.
down, please.
All right,
And now it's been an hour. High five.
Nah, bro, put that hand down. You go use it to rule the world. So we've all done we all talked about horrible things,
that
but
you should never do. And that's the moral of today's story. Never do that. Cue the jazz.
yep, you're